happy birthday. Were you serious about it being your birthday?
Yeah.
You're not just pulling my leg.
Yesterday was my birthday.
Look at that. Nice looking truck, eh?
Where did you find that?
I just took a picture of that just now on 5th Avenue, 5th Street. I parked my bike at the fish and chip shop. I'm planning to take you out for fish and chips.
Oh, really?
Yes, so we'll finish our run at the 5th Street fish and chip. And then I'll ride back from there and then you can walk back from there. So I was thinking for your birthday run we should do what we did last week because we're going to be going a little further down. The other thing I'm doing, you see I have
I thought we'd do the same thing.
Like last week.
Yeah.
The shorter loop, but then carry on to the fish and chip place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely less trafficky.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I got 2 voice recorders today. We're going to be in super stereo. You hold that one, I hold this one.
Well,
They're already going.
are you doing cloning?
All you have to do is remember not to rustle it in your hand.
You know cloning's legal, right?
Yeah, I know. Without the permission of the owner, you can't just use their
telling Norma
material.
about this.
You're telling Norma about this?
No,
Get your shoes on. And just don't rustle it around in your hand
is
too
this
much.
the old one?
Yeah. Turn it the other way around so the top part is towards the top. That's it. Just hold it like that.
I thought that, do you want that water?
Yes, please. Here, until we start running, you might as well put this thing down. Yeah. I'll put mine down too. You got some of that coconut milk as well? Coconut water?
Yeah.
I know, it's very good. It's supposed to be just as good as Gatorade or protein shakes because it's got all the electrolytes in it. Thank you.
Well, probably better.
It might well be better because it might be more natural.
Yeah. I thought you got rid of your old one because it didn't work.
It does work, but the trouble is you can't listen to when you can't play it back on the machine. Hold it the other way around. That's it. And don't rustle it in your hand. Just hold it. The more you handle it, the more you're going to get a lot of that sort of thing. Get your shoes on. Anyway, you'll get the hang of it once we get going. Because today, even if we get separated, we're going to still be able to hear your voice. So no talking behind my back. So what plans do you have for your birthday? Are you going to go out tonight? To see Sabrina?
Oh, no.
Don't lose that money, will you?
Tip me.
Oh, you get tip money. That's good. That's very good. So today, if any planes fly over our heads, we're going to get the sound in stereo. They're going to know exactly when the plane flies across.
That'd be awesome if there was a recorder that was a stereo one. So then if you had one, it would be
quadraphonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. What was it? The Who? They had an album called Quadrophenia. Yeah. So, how old are you today?
Well, yesterday I was 34.
34. It's just that Norma was asking me, are you older or younger than C2?
Younger.
Okay.
2 years younger.
2? Okay. So that would make him 35? 36?
C2?
Yeah. I think he's 35.
I thought you would know.
I don't know. I don't remember. I lose track. Slow down a bit. What are you looking at?
Oh no, it's just...
Average case
I phoned the cops last night because there's a disturbance. Some person was yelling.
Oh, yeah. You wanted to know what was going on?
I just wanted to see what house it was.
Sometimes you can find out by listening to CFAX.
I went outside and it was 2 doors down.
They probably call it domestic violence.
Yeah, I just want to see what the house looked like. See if the house matches the anger. Let's see if it's a rundown old house.
Yeah. And not full of little picket fences and rose bushes, and it doesn't look like a violent house.
If it's like a fancy house, then I'll be like, what? That's unusual.
There's that truck that you thought was a Silverado.
Oh yeah.
This end of the street is very retro. There's a
That's a nice
Corvette, a mustard-colored Corvette, and a Dodge over here.
You say a Dodge?
Dodge.
Oh, that
one.
Yeah.
I have to remember which of these little laneways leads to your street. That tree. I have to remember that tree.
Well, I hit my birthday home run yesterday.
At baseball practice?
Yeah.
Great. Where do you do the practice? Cedar Hill?
Yeah.
So the usual place.
Yeah.
I was half expecting to see you. Because I thought, well, if he goes to baseball practice, he might well be in the neighborhood. He might go and see Jenny.
Well, Jenny was there to watch.
Good. What did she give you? Did she give you money?
Oh, no, that was the day before.
Okay. Because that was your tip money on the table.
She went to, she took me and Sabrina out for Dairy Queen afterwards.
Nice.
Just for an ice cream.
Yeah. So the highway's not so noisy this week. I think what happens is that once in a while you get a lot of ferry traffic. Everybody going to the ferry. Yeah, I was thinking if we time it right, they might just have the fire going at the fish and chip place. Because when I got there, they were closed, but it was only 9 o'clock. They probably open up the kitchen at 10:30. We could be there around 11.
Oh, here's that street.
Amelia.
After a movie.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Amelia. There's the old U-Haul.
Except the street's not the Bermuda Triangle.
No.
You get it?
Amelia?
Yeah, you get the joke?
No, I don't.
The street's called Amelia.
Oh, Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
No, she got lost somewhere else. It wasn't the Bermuda Triangle.
That's what it was.
No. She got lost in Indonesia. Somewhere like Bali. One of those islands in the South Pacific. No, the Bermuda Triangle. That's in the Atlantic. That's near when you went for your cruise.
I thought it was the Bermuda Triangle.
Well, it's a bit of a mystery, but they found her. Finally. They've identified her from her dental records. So so they know who she is.
They found the body?
Yep.
Where was it?
On an island. Somewhere in the South Pacific.
Oh, near Indonesia?
Yep. So unless you floated there from Bermuda,
in the far lake, was it just the teeth?
but I think they found the whole skeleton, and they weren't sure. They knew it was a small person. They knew from the hips that it was a woman, and they were checking from the dental records. You see, now with the computers, they can check fingerprints, dental records, medical records. If they find somebody they don't know, like dead, do you know what the police call them?
What?
If it's a man, John Doe. They call him John Doe until they figure out who he is. So quite often, if you hear cops talking, they'll say, "Did you get any John Does this month?" You know, people dying in laneways.
Did they figure out what the death was?
Well, I think the navigation was bad, and they got lost, and I think they just ran out of gas. They couldn't go to their destination, so they had to basically ditch it.
What do you mean by they?
It was her and the co-pilot. He was like navigator. But I guess he didn't do his job too well. They got lost. Hello. We came along here last time, didn't we?
I forgot. What was her mission?
She was trying to fly around the world. The first woman to fly around the world.
During World War?
Nope, after the war.
World War II?
Yep. I think it was in 1947 or something like that.
Oh, I see.
She looks exactly like Norma when she was a kid. Amelia Earhart and Norma could be the same. If ever they want to make a movie about Amelia Earhart,
She could be in it.
she could be the stand-in for the crash scenes.
Or for the acting, too.
Well, I don't know. She's pretty shy.
Well, she had no choice. She's got to do it for the movie.
For Amelia.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
and for
The movie moguls.
well, for the
The backers.
lookalike.
Oh, the lookalike, yeah. She's obliged to do it because she looks so much like Amelia Earhart as a teenager. Back then, when Norma was a teenager, she was a champion downhill skier in Quebec. She used to win all these downhill events for her, you know, for her age group or for her school or whatever. And they used to ski every winter in the mountains near Montreal where she grew up. And her dad, when he came back from working, he came back to the station, and he would bring his station wagon to the station. Good place to have a station wagon, eh? In a station. And he would tow Norma back to the house by pulling her behind on skis because there was so much snow. Even the side roads were covered in snow. So he used to drive home and drag her home. That bus is going to think we're running for the bus. I think we saw the same one last week. Is it getting a bit warm for you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Good.
I don't like it, but
You know what? I was thinking, Sydney is much cooler than downtown in the summer because you get the breeze off the ocean here.
maybe that's why I'm not so bothered.
Yeah, you haven't complained once of the heat. Maybe it's going to make a big difference to your training, being able to train here.
Well, it wouldn't matter if it even wasn't. It's simply because I need to stress my body enough so I can be used to it.
True. They say that getting used to the heat is equivalent to one extra workout a week. Oh, we might get our speed on that radar check. I was thinking on my e-bike I could break the speed limit here in Sydney anyway. I think the speed limit is 30. What do you normally eat at fish and chip places? Just the fries?
Deep fried salmon, is it?
I don't know if they'll have that. If they do, it'll be covered in batter.
Average pace 714. Average heart rate 140. Workout average pace 647.
It's going to be interesting to hear the recording with the two mics. I did it yesterday as a test. And I had one in each hand. But this is better because you got yours wherever you go. That one will hear you. So I'm not sure if we're on Fifth already or whether this is Rest Haven, but we want to be on Fifth. Your belching is going to come out nice and clear. I always apologize when I belched. I would say, oh, it's my porridge.
Well, if I'm at, like, anywhere else, I'll
Yeah.
say, excuse me, but if I'm running, then I won't bother.
You're allowed to spit and belch as a runner. You got permission.
Right, no snot rock.
And no snot rockets, that's right. If we had Sandy along,
Oh, yeah.
we'd have to have an E next to our show. Explicit.
Well, it's not like she was swearing.
No, but she does gross things. Hi.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Rest Haven. Hello.
Heart rate 140. Workout average pace
Oh, there's another Corvette.
Where? Oh, yeah. Must be the Corvette neighborhood. Maybe it's a Corvette club. Just letting you catch up a bit. We might as well run beside each other. Plenty of room on this sidewalk. One of my friends is doing the same as we're doing now. He runs with a friend and they have a recorder each. You remember when we tried to do it before? They wouldn't stay synchronized.
When I had my own?
When you had your own iPhone.
Oh, iPod?
iPhone.
iPad, yeah.
You would know, you were recording with your old Gold. Remember the Gold one? The GS or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And then I got the 4, and your one died, or Tibor killed it for you. You should put a warrant out on his arrest
Oh, no.
for stealing and ruining my phone. I sue him the token amount of $29.95 Canadian for trouble.
He pretty much did things for me for free.
Yeah, I know, but that's why he was never bothered about finishing any of the jobs. Which was one of the problems. Because you weren't paying him, he didn't feel obliged to finish.
But then I was on Yelp. I was on, Yelp.com.
Yep,
I was on there
yep.
reading reviews, and the same person had the same problem with me.
What?
He was not being very fast.
You mean somebody else complained about him?
Yeah, because he wasn't being fast.
Yeah. Did you know this other guy?
No, it was a girl.
A girl.
But she couldn't. She'd go there, and it wasn't ready yet.
Yeah. Well, maybe she was in the same situation, like she couldn't really afford to pay, so we didn't bother finishing. This is where we took the picture the other day. Can't even see Mount Baker today.
Oh,
It's too misty.
yeah, she told me.
I think that's what they call sea fog.
Mist?
No, the distant stuff. Sea fog. Yeah. There'll be lots of opportunities for the old stereo sound because of that leaf blower and the airplane. Yesterday, I was trying to catch the bird songs. That sounded pretty good. It was like in 3D. But I figured for your birthday, might as well treat our audience to surround sound.
That wouldn't be really surround sound, because they're still recording with stereo.
Well, I think we're both recording in mono. I'm not sure.
One stereo, you'd have to have 4
Maybe.
for duplex.
Maybe. But what I do is I put the recording from one of the recorders. I call that one left. Left, left, left. And the other one I call right. And then I put them on the GarageBand. And when I got 2 tracks, I move them until they overlap. And then I make a recording of the 2 tracks together. And once I got that, then I can edit. That's the 4th time you've belched today. just heard average pace 6:49. We often call the episode after our pace. We did it's the Socony Boys.
Yeah.
That one was on pace as well.
6:47.
6:47. And we've done a 6:49, and we've done a 7:11. That's Amelia again. Now we want to go to the fish and chip place.
Do they make a burial service for her body?
I'm pretty sure they must have picked up her ashes or her bones and sent them to her family. I'll have to check when I get home. I'll look it up on Wikipedia. So that's another fish and chip place. We have to go down or up to Fifth.
Oh, you're asking a question?
What?
Are you asking a question?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Which way is Fifth Street? That way or that way?
Probably that way.
Which way? That way?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what street are you on? 6th? Near?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
This is your road. Bradford Avenue.
Oh, dead end.
Sure?
Yeah.
So now I'm behind you. I think we go down Mills Road and then we're almost there. But that fish and chip shop would have been closer to your place. Hello. Next time we'll go to that one. I want to buy you something for your birthday.
I think my last birthday present was on that bell.
No, that was Christmas.
Oh.
But that took a long time to get here.
Oh yeah, it's because in China they only pay like 50 cents for shipping.
Okay. So they don't put the rush on it. If you want it quicker, you have to get it by Pure later.
For $2.
Or for, what's it called? UPS.
I like China's mail delivery.
It's cheap, but once it gets to the border here, it stays at the border for about 2 months.
Or 1 month.
I think they say if you want it quicker, you have to pay the duty on it or something. So they make you pay.
You mean insurance?
That kind of thing. Or customs duty. Import tax.
Well,
But on a bell, I mean,
import would just be up to the country.
yeah. But they keep it in their storehouse until somebody picks it up. Or they just throw it out after a year. That kind of thing.
Average day 6:49.
6:49.
Maybe we can make it 6:48.
Well, it was average pace now, but no, not the workout average pace. The workout average pace was 6:52. All right, I think this is it. In this next little parking place. This is where I saw that red hot rod.
It's not there anymore.
No. And this is the place. I'm glad I took a picture when I did. Okay, Derick, we're here.
Average pace 723. Average heart rate 142. Workout average pace 651.
Where are you taking me? Why are you taking me around the block, Derick?
They're closed.
What?
Yep.
Oh. But listen, Derick,
We'll have to go around.
my bike is there.
But
My bike is parked there. Yeah. So I can't just leave it there.
well, we're going to go back to it anyways. Just go through another block.
All right, well, let's do that. We'll just go once around the block. They might be open by then.
That's what my idea was.
Yeah. But you've got to realize that I'm going to be leaving from there. Because believe it or not, it's quite hard to walk with a bike like that. You're better off sitting on it and riding it. We could have cut through there.
Average pace 946. Average heart rate
Well, you're certainly going to get your money's worth for your birthday run.
157.
And turn right. I thought this was where the jet was.
I think it's way
They've
forward.
taken away the jet.
I think it's way down there.
Yeah, it's on 4th.
Average pace 726. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 657.
Right. They probably open at 10 or maybe 10:30. I don't know. It's hard to say. See, we could have cut through here, I think. I think the last job that they do is that they straighten out the chairs on the terrace. All right.
Right.
Well, you know, just so we don't arrive too sweaty.
Oh, wow. We're already sweaty.
All right, hang on. They have the door open at the side.
How do we stop it?
Well, you don't really. It's locked.
Oh, no, it's open.
Auto pause.
Closed. What?
Are you open?
No, we're not open for another 4 minutes.
Oh, what a shame.
Go as fast as you can.
What?
Go as fast as you can. We're just landing the prize now.
Well, we can come back in half an hour, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, let's go for a coffee somewhere else, I think. She was the woman that I asked if it was okay to park my e-bike there. It should be against the wall over there.
Zone 3.
Yep, there it is. Just checking.
Autopause.
All right, so I guess we should call this the end of the show. The Derick's birthday show. Hang on, Derick, don't keep running. Hang on, I got to stop both these recorders.